But what I will say is that you can find Prabhu now in the Govinda's booth, sweating it out, making all the wonderful samosas and chaat papdi, and I think I saw idli yesterday too. So not that Prabhu's a great cook or anything like that, but he manages very well. So we'd like to invite Indresh Prabhu with a very nice round of applause.
Hare Krishna, Jai Jagannath, Srila Prabhupada ki. So, you're at a very special event because with Jagannath's mercy, this event's been going on for 50 years in Toronto. So for 5 decades, this has been happening. And I've been fortunate, I was actually born in Iskcon, and I'm almost 50. So when I was a baby, I used to come, and in the 80s, I used to help fill, at that time I used to fill little peanut and raisin packages. So prasadam was not as elaborate on the route. Now we give burfi and nice things. We used to go there and give peanuts and raisins. And we used to actually hand the canopies on the carts. We used to have to hand sew them in Toronto because from Toronto a lot of the carts would go elsewhere. And then with the blessings of His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami and Janardhan Swami, who used to be in Toronto in the 80s and in the early 90s, they asked us to organize Rathayatra in a bigger way. And at one point we had horses, multiple floats. We used to go there and have floats with children, with the different pastimes of the Lord on Yonge Street. Of course, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. And I think in '92, we actually put a full-page advertisement out on the back page of the Toronto Star. So this is before Facebook, before Instagram. There was no social media. So we actually went out there and put a full-page ad because one vendor had dropped out, another advertiser, sorry, had dropped out, and they gave us the back page at a very reasonable price. And that was published, and then when we came on Saturday, we were very shocked because along Yonge Street, there was a lot of people waiting for Rathayatra and the parade. And when we came on the island, we promised an 11-course feast. So on that Saturday, 30 years, it's '92, we had an 11-course feast, and we were lined up. I think that day we served about 10,000 plates, which is now I think yesterday we served 15,000 plates of free prasadam, but at that time in '92, that was a huge number. So yeah, so Rathayatra's come a long way, and there's been a lot of young people, and actually even older people, a lot of people behind the scenes. There's a lot of volunteers that go out there and do a lot of work for days before Rathayatra, weeks actually, and in some cases months. So there's a lot of effort that goes behind what you see here. They're going to distribute 30,000 plates of prasadam, and then there's all these tents that you're seeing, the Govindas, the boutique, the books are all volunteers, are all devotees. They're distributing this to go out and raise funds for Iskcon Toronto, and it costs over $100,000 to put this festival on, and that's for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath and to go out and serve all of you. And so it's been a great pleasure and a great honor that we're able to go out there and serve the community for many years, and with Krishna's mercy we can do it for a long time more. So thank you very much. Thank you for the honor of letting me be on stage, and Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Jai Jagannath. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you so much, Indresh Prabhu, for sharing such a beautiful part of the 50 years and our history here on the island and in Toronto at large. You know, Indresh Prabhu brought up a really good point of